Alright, hey guys, Pax here, welcome back to another Pokemon Pocket video. As the title states, this is going to be a Suicune EX deck showcase. We have the legendary dog right here, right about the pounce. Just look at him, man. Look at his eyes. This guy means business. Debatably one of the best of the legendary dogs. And tastes pretty good, but requires a bit of build up. This guy just needs 2 energy, and he has potential to do 120 damage. When it comes to Raikou, we'll get there when we get there, but for now we don't talk about Raikou. But yeah, this is Suicune EX, HP 140, basic of course. Has an ability much like the other legendary dogs, Legendary Pulse. At the end of your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, draw a card. 1 attack, Crystal Waltz. Requires 2 energy. This attack does 20 damage for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. So keep in mind, both you and your opponent can get 6 bench Pokemon out on the field. 6 times 20, 120. So pretty nice card overall, especially since there's a lot of decks currently in the meta having a lot of bench Pokemon. One deck that comes to mind is Buzzwald, kind of getting phased out the meta, but still Buzzwald kind of requires a lot of bench Pokemon. This is the deck right here. As you can see, it's very similar to another deck. A couple months ago, there was a very prominent Greninja, Sylveon, and Giratina deck. This deck is very similar, but the difference is that, of course, instead of Giratina, we have Suicune, and we also have Irida as a support. But this is pretty insane because you're going to be drawing a lot of cards using this deck. That's the main gimmick for this deck, because Suicune, you can draw cards, Sylveon, you can draw cards, Professor Research. So theoretically, in one turn, you can draw 8 cards, which is insane. Pretty much you want to outdraw your opponent, use Greninja, pair with Cyrus, attack with Suicune, and then it's GG. And of course, Sylveon here is pretty much just acting basically as a Professor's Research. If you guys are new to my deck showcases, I consider liking and subscribing so you don't miss out on Pokemon Pocket content. And without further ado, let's get right into the deck showcase. Alright, we are going second. We are going against the Raikou EX solo deck. And again, I always say this in my videos, but if you guys are new to my deck showcases, how these deck showcases usually go, I'm going to do at least 3 battles. First battle is a solo battle, just like the feel for a deck. Next 2 are PvP. This is pretty bad. I feel like this is the least ideal scenarios to have Eevee out, because again, Sylveon is just attacking. Also, when it comes to this Eevee, you can very much run. You can run the Eevee from Wisdom of Sea and Sky, because that guarantees you drawing a Pokemon. But I just primarily want to run this because 1, I'm in. Collect is still pretty good, and 2, I mean, it's a pretty nice full art. Got a lot of those. Okay, so we did get Froakie. This is why we add in an X speed, because we do generally want to, yeah, in this scenario, hopefully you can pull an X speed eventually, but for now we might as well just chill like this. We basically have everyone that we need out, so for now I'm just gonna feed Suicune, and then hopefully I can potentially pull an X speed, so I can just X speed and then Suicune can attack next turn. Oh yes, perfect. Look at this hand. 2 Eevees. So evolve. I can draw at least 5 cards. So the first card, okay, not bad. We still have to pull the X speed though, which, I mean, we have a very high chance. So come on. Ideally X speed or Professor. Professor's Research, X speed. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. This is a golden rotation. This deck is going to be so much fun, because looking at his layout. Okay, so we're already doing 120 damage, and then looking at this. Okay, the biggest threat here, in my opinion, is definitely this Pikachu, because Pikachu can do 170 because of type advantage. He's instantly one-shot this guy. So for now, we're just gonna do this pretty much. So attack Pikachu, attack with Suicune. Raikou's gonna be at 10 HP. So if I can pull a Cyrus, we have 2 Cyruses, keep that in mind. Perfect. Look at that. So next turn, I can just sub in Pikachu, one-shot, and then one-shot this Raikou, and I win. Like, there's really nothing he could do. He has to heal this Raikou. Alright, yeah, this is a very good solo battle in my opinion, because it essentially shows you how you want to play the deck. So yeah, very flashy. You might as well at this point start feeding this Greninja just in case. Also keep in mind, Greninja is amazing because it also counters our Choreo. So for now, to be super flashy, it's X speed. Cyrusing this Pikachu, then looking at Greninja. Yeah, just one-shotting that Raikou, screw you. And then GG. Yeah, this is exactly 100 too. Damn, this is pretty nice. But yeah, Greninja is essentially a backline menace. Like, Greninja paired with Cyrus, it's an insane combo, and paired with Suicune as well. Just, yeah, very nice card, good damage, and a good ability as well. And yeah, we shall see how this deck performs in PvP. Alright, here we are in PvP. We are going second with Eevee yet again. Why am I always pulling Eevees as my turn 1 Pokemon? This is not ideal. Oh yeah, this is a very bad matchup. So he pulls out Turtonator. If he uses Kiawe, then this Eevee's basically dead next turn. So yeah, he Kiawe's. Gosh, dude, this is not good. If I can get a Froakie, we can do some decent damage. We also have type advantage, keep in mind. Hand could definitely be better. I'm just gonna feed Suicune. This Eevee's probably gonna die unless he's Sabrina's. And our turn. Alright, yeah, Eevee is dead, but it's up to Suicune. Suicune is doing only 60 damage. Keep that in mind. So 60. half of this guy, so that's pretty good. Unless he has heals, we can one-shot him the turn afterwards. All right, we're doing 80. Okay, this is not the worst. Let me see. So we're doing 80. If I put another one, we're doing... Actually, I might as well. I'm just gonna place a Suicune down. Yeah, so he's doing what? How much? 100? 80? Yeah, 100 with type advantage. Pretty good damage. And then hopefully we can get a Greninja out. Perfect. You got Rita as well, so nice heals. Okay, concedes. Damn. Next battle. All right, next battle going first yet again. All right, leading with Suicune this time. So okay, this is pretty good. Hopefully you can get an Eevee, so we can just draw a ton of cards. And he's using Ghastly. Interesting. So Gengar is kind of a menace when it comes to supporter cards, not being able to use them. A little bit of a hard counter to this deck because again, Cyrus, we can't really maximize his damage. But for now, let's just do this. Why not? And our turn, hopefully you can get a Pokeball or something good. Professor, all right. So, okay, he red cards. But I have hope. I'm always so optimistic when someone red cards me because, yeah, just like that. I can get Froakie out in a couple of turns. All right, so Froakie down. Very straightforward. Feed a Suicune. And my turn. In this scenario, X-Speed will help out a lot. Another red card! What the fuck, man? I have no words, dude. Running 2 red cards, very interesting. On the bright side, we can definitely just one-shot this Ghastly, but also, Giratina is slowly getting built, so we need something good. Damn, that actually messed us up so hard. So for now, do I want to go full? I can go just full-on damage mode. Screw it, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, why not? So we have 10 cards. Hopefully you can pull out 2 Greninjas. So our plan here is to get 2 Greninjas out. But for now, easy one-shot in the Suicune, and hopefully, if he has a Mars, he's just trolling, man. This guy is just wants me to suffer. Very straightforward, defeating that Giratina. Giratina can one-shot the Suicune unless we get an Rita, which we do. Nice, so I could either Professor or Rita. Honestly, at this point, I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna do this. So he has to use a red, pretty much, so I'm just gonna feed a Suicune for next turn. Pokeball as well. All right, so doing 60, not too much, but just some decent damage. And he can't one-shot this guy again unless he red cards or Giovanni's. Okay, so he Rescue Scarfs PC Ladies. Rescue Scarf just really doesn't do anything in this scenario because if he dies, I win. Attacks, okay. Taking a bit of damage. Professor, please give me X-Speed. Gosh, okay, 2 of those cards are rare candies. Okay, on the bright side, next turn I will definitely get one, but what is this? What am I looking at? Honestly, I might just screw it. Yeah, I'm gonna X-Speed. He's forced to use a Cyrus. He probably will, but just doing a little bit more damage. Just in case he doesn't have a Cyrus somehow. Just do this. Suicune, only doing yet again 60 damage. But next turn, we could potentially do 100. So this is, yeah, there's really no chance he could win, even if he Cyruses. Finally got our rare candies out. Holy crap, that took so long. So, Greninja. Yeah, in spite of having increased drawing capabilities, it still takes a while. Like, I have 1 more card left, but look at my opponent. He has 6. We had a very good advantage. Granted, we did have pretty bad luck, but nevertheless, easy. Easy win. But yeah, the ideal scenario is to get Suicune and Greninja out as fast as possible. And then if you can get them out towards, the early/mid game, paired with Cyrus, your opponent really stands no chance. Alright, next battle, going second yet again, and going against Darkness. Interesting. Nice, we finally got Suicune yet again. Okay, all he does is Professor's Research, Sneasel. All we could do is this. This is the main downside for this deck, is that if you get pretty bad RNG, then you're pretty much screwed. Because, I mean, ideally in this scenario, it would be amazing if I can get an Eevee, like just my backline fully built, because that's what you want for Suicune, to get his backline built. Because next turn, if everything remains the same, he's doing 0 damage, Suicune. So that's the main downside. And again, your opponent can definitely, depending on their deck, they can work around it. And yeah, looking at our hand, this is not promising. This is probably, it's very ironic, because for this deck, you can draw so many cards, but it's really dependent if you can get the EVs out. But we have Professor. Professor, help us out a little bit. Give us some backline support. Suicune. Okay, we can do 20 damage. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, 20 damage. There we go, Suicune. Good job. He does Mars. Let's go. He Marses us. Getting insane value, but my hand was kind of making me depressed. Okay, Professor. Froakie. Just like that, our backline is built. We can one-shot the Sneasel next turn if he doesn't evolve. Okay, I don't know what this was, but you saw a glimpse of the potential this deck can do. When it comes to just messing your brains, just making you pull your hair out, you can see what it can do to your mental if you get bad RNG. Because 20 damage with Suicune is not it. But luckily, he did save us. Honestly, we probably would have lost, if he didn't Mars us, because our hand now is a lot better, which is why I feel like Mars and red card, if they do it early game, it could help you out. But of course, towards the end game, Mars definitely could mess you up, especially if you have 2 points already. But for now, GG, 60, exactly 60. And if he, worst case, like I feel like if he didn't Mars, he would have at least survived. Like I feel like I had no faith that I would get another basic Pokemon, but yeah, look at that. Suicune is being dominant. Screw it, that was rather short, so I'm gonna do one more battle in PvP and then finish it off in ranked afterwards. Not the worst. All right, so next turn we can get Greninja out and then start doing some good damage. All right, so for now we might as well do this, and I could, yeah, I might as well put another Suicune down just in case he does try to red card me, because I feel like our hand is pretty decent. Okay, Professor Research, Miltank. Currently, just keep in mind, you always have to like kind of note, Suicune is doing 40 damage. Only 40, so honestly, playing with Greninja might be the best choice, because looking Greninja does 60. Very consistent. So you can very much, yeah, you can either lead with Suicune or Greninja. Their HP are somewhat similar. What a Shuriken. Next turn, I can very much just Arita and just like start messing up this Miltank pretty hard. So yeah, this is that's what you have to know. You have to kind of note Suicune, because if your whole backline is filled and your opponent has nothing in their backline, Suicune's only doing 60, the same amount as Greninja. So I feel like there are some scenarios where you just want to lead with Greninja because one, he's a non-EX, and two, he does more damage. So yeah, okay, so this is very scary. Miltank is slowly getting built, doing 70 damage next turn. But we do have Irida, so we might as well just do this. Still pretty scary because we are doing 80 damage. Okay, we should survive next turn though, so that's pretty good. But at the same time, look at his hand. This guy is definitely playing like an 18 trainer Miltank deck. But if he doesn't pull a Whitney, then I pretty much win. Okay, so he does Irida. If he potions, then he stands a chance. Meowscarada, okay. That doesn't, still 80. Damn, GG. Yeah, that's, man, yeah. Miltank is very scary. If you ever played Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or even Pokemon Gold, you know how it feels. Miltank is just, yeah, Rolling Frenzy is rollout. That's pretty much what it is. I don't know why they changed the name. It is a frenzy because you are also pulling your hairs out. You just mass panic on your side. But keep in mind, if you Sabrina or Cyrus out of that Miltank, that resets the counter. So that could help you out towards the long run if that Miltank starts doing like 100 damage, 130 damage. And yeah, with that being said, let's see how this deck performs in ranked. All right, here we are in ranked, going first, going against another water deck. Okay, I really do like how water is having a little bit of a resurgence. He is playing Oricorio though. Okay, very scary, but again, we have Froakie. The main downside is that we are going first, so we can't, you have to wait until our third turn until we can attack. But for now, Pokeball, my Suicune is out. So yeah, we can just chill like this. We have a very good hand for next turn, so for now, just end our turn. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so he's leading with Hoppip. All right, so evolving into Greninja, feeding him. Oh yeah, also keep in mind, we do have Sylveon. Perfect. Okay, so we could, if we get Eevee out, this will be huge. So, okay, we got Froakie. Not the worst. Honestly, at this point, I might as well place it down. Because looking at our hand, if we can get another Greninja, then we can just do some pretty good damage. Water Shuriken, this Oricorio. Next turn, even if he Giant Capes, we can just one-shot. But depending on his hand, he might sub in Jumpluff if he can get that Jumpluff out. So Jumpluff is rather scary, but for now, just end our turn. Okay, so he does get Jumpluff out. Pretty unfortunate for us. Yeah, just doing some insane amount of damage on to this Greninja. Okay, he doesn't sub him in. Okay, interesting. I see what he's doing. He's trying to... Okay, so I might as well Irida. Feed Greninja, of course. At this point... I might as well damage... Screw it, I'm gonna target this Oricorio. Yeah, this Oricorio just in case. This is pretty good because next turn, he shouldn't be able to kill my Greninja. I can just Cyrus this Oricorio, even if he tries to Giant Cape this guy and just mess him up. Very great when it comes to Suicune because, yeah, Suicune's main counter, of course, like any other EX, is Oricorio. Okay, yeah, that's that's pretty rough. Okay, we got Cyrus. Okay, not the worst. Okay, this is pretty good. So, at this point, feed Suicune. Yeah, I'm gonna attack this Hoppip. Because keep in mind, we have another Cyrus. So we can definitely just, let's see, we can Cyrus, yeah. So Oricorio is out of the game, just fully out of the game. And all right, depending, I probably should have fed his Froakie, but at the same time, if you can get a Cyrus out, then we pretty much win. Because yeah, we can just Cyrus his Hoppip. But at the same time, if he does Erica, that could mess us up. Because I would heal Hoppip fully. And yeah, looking at our points right now. We have 2 points. All we need is 1. I could have also probably... Damn, he also Marses. That kind of helped us a little bit. He is outdrawing us. A fucking ass blaster, man. I'm so hungry right now. I don't know why. I don't think that correlates with that, but yes. Professor. We got 2 professors. Okay, this is pretty good. For now, yeah, we might as well just... Cyrus, okay. So next turn, we should be good unless... Crap, he might either Irida or Evolve, which is pretty unfortunate. Because I feel like he is running Irida. This guy definitely is, instead of Erica. So I could have attacked the Puke, but at the same time, yeah, he could definitely just Irida. But for now, we might as well just straightforward attack with Suicune. Crystal Wall's doing 80 damage. So if he doesn't heal next turn, he has only 1 card. But then again, he has 5 cards, and this is not good because we weren't really maximizing Sylveon at all. We can get him out in a couple turns. Okay, never mind, he concedes. I was just... Alright. I was just overthinking it, I guess. This is... Damn, okay. Gosh, this might be a long video, but I'm gonna do one more rank battle. Why not? That was kind of an anticlimactic end. Alright, last battle, and then I can finally go eat. Going against Psychic. Nice, leading with Suicune, getting some good drawing potential. Alright, so it seems like he is playing an EV deck. Yeah, so he's probably gonna draw a lot of cards as well. Instead of running Irida in this deck, you can very much run either a Mars or a red card. But keep in mind, Suicune is pretty frail, so that Irida could help you out in the long run. For now, this is pretty decent. Okay, could be a little bit better, but at the same time, we can get Greninja out just to do some pretty good damage for now, not attacking. Okay, interesting. Evolving into Espeon. Espeon is rather scary, so let's see. Damn, he also... Okay, Silvers. He sees what I'm cooking, gets rid of that Irida. Pretty unfortunate. Yeah, our hand... What is... This is such a weird hand. Could be a lot better, but for now, we are doing how much? We are doing 80 damage. Yeah, we're doing 100. Okay, nice, great. So for now, we might as well just target this Espeon. Just like flat out, just apply pressure to this guy. Hopefully in a couple turns I can get Cyrus, because keep in mind, after I kill this guy, if I can Cyrus one of his EVs, then it's GG. So, yes, so, okay, 80. Could be a lot more, again, because looking at our backline, need 2 more Pokemon, but there we go. We got another Suicune, so we can do 120 next turn. Oh my gosh, this guy, he's taking so long. So he's definitely going to attack with Espeon. He did heal a bit. He's trying to get more heals, though, probably EV bags to help him out. But if he can't get higher than 120... with his HP, then I basically won. This is pretty good, because if I can't kill this guy this turn, then I pretty much lost. But look at that. We are doing 140. Great. Amazing. So we can get another Greninja out next turn. And at this point, I might as well start feeding the second copy of Suicune. And it's GG. There's really nothing you could do. So let's do this. Water Shuriken. I might as well target... Let's see. It doesn't matter. I can target whatever. So sure. Sylveon. Doing max 120 damage. Look at that. Very cool to see. Because I killed that guy in that turn, he has no energy now. So he just has to... Cyrus. Wow. It doesn't matter, because I mean, everybody's basically at the same amount of HP. But he really stands no chance, because he has to wait 2 turns until he can attack. And with that being said, yeah, Suicune is a nightmare against EVs. Even if he Giant Capes in this scenario, I win. Like, there's really nothing he could do unless red card me and then Giant Cape. But at the same time, if he Giant Capes this Espeon, Cyrus the bench is weak, GG. But also keep in mind, since I killed one of his Pokemon, we were only doing 100 damage, so yeah, my bad. We're not doing 160, we are doing 140 maximum damage, but at the same time, that's still a lot. And even if he Giant Capes, as I stated, I could just use Cyrus and just target one of his bench. Okay, yeah, he ran out of time. Final last ditch effort is to Giant Cape, but doesn't matter. Don't Irida. Please don't Irida. So rare candy, look at that. You love to see this. Screw you, Espeon. I don't wanna. I hate this guy. Yeah, freaking filthy, non-full art EX. Look at that, so satisfying. This deck is very fun to use, but again, you always have to keep in mind and kind of like look at how much damage Suicune is doing, because it's really variable. It really does change a lot throughout the battle. So yeah, GG. 100, one-shotting this guy. And yeah, that's basically the Suicune EX and Greninja deck in a nutshell. And yeah, that was the deck showcase. Overall, a lot of fun. You're going to see a lot of consistency using this deck. The drawing potential with this deck is pretty insane. Just like Sylveon's paired with Suicune, paired with Professor. You're drawing so many cards in one turn. And again, Greninja's ability to just be a backline menace is insane, especially paired with Cyrus. So yeah, just Greninja Cyrus and then attack with Suicune or Greninja. Because keep in mind, Greninja is still pretty good, doing 60 damage. So there are going to be scenarios where Greninja does more damage than Suicune, depending on the deck that your opponent's using as well as your RNG. But yeah, that's a deck showcase. Overall, I'd rate this deck A+. A+, maybe S. Honestly, tempted to say S. But I feel like this pairing is definitely a lot better than Giratina, because another variation of this deck is instead of Suicune, of course, is to run Giratina. And Giratina just feels kind of an outlier. Granted, you could do dual type in that case, so that both Giratina and Sylveon can attack. But at the same time, I mean, it's just so fun just to purely use Suicune. And also nice to see Water kind of like having a bit of a resurgence because of Suicune. A lot of supports. Yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.